A lot of stuff going on. We have some great things, some real nice current event stuff. Carvana, no stranger to the news lately. It is really nuts what's going on with them. So their stock, like one day it goes up, one day it goes down. But at the end of the day, I think that they're headed off of a cliff, would be my thought, is that the big thing is like, it'll have a 23% increase, then a 34% decrease, 184% decrease, then a 16% increase. But they're basically, they're driving off a cliff with no brakes. But it's pretty impressive that they're having so much stock movement right now. But I don't know if there's anything that can save them. What do you think?
I think that they have a pretty big market share, and I think they're probably either prime for restructure, and a lot of times the street will forgive you if you have a good story about restructuring. The other thing is maybe they're prime for acquisition. I know people have said like maybe Lithia and somebody else. I think Amazon would be prime to buy them, and they could write a pretty easy check. But I don't know. I think that they'll figure it out. They might end up with a new CEO through the process. I think most of the people that are in the boardroom there are OG, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've been there since the beginning.
You know, nothing like a new CEO or something to kind of shake it up. But I think that the thing that they are doing is consumers really like it, right? Everybody who buys from them that I know, and it's happened even recently, people have bought a car from them that we know. They like it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So the
problem just is they're in their inventory wrong, right?
Yeah. Well,
you swallow that once and then you're off to the races again. Some of that public money like that, like remember in the beginning, AutoNation had what did they have to write off? It was some crazy amount of money. Remember they had those used car centers?
Yeah, they were trying to compete with CarMax.
Yeah. Well, no, the guys from there left and started CarMax, I think.
Oh yeah, but I remember there are these huge, huge lots, big buildings.
They closed all that and they took a huge write down. But the thing about the street is, a couple quarters, that's the old news, and now
it's how great
your ability to create good news on the bottom can save you.
The Amazon thing's really interesting to me, because you would gain that Amazon
infrastructure. I never thought they'd buy Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And if you're looking at market share and how quick they gained market share, if they continued that's something that is appealing to somebody like that.
Yeah, it would behoove Amazon to get into automotive.
Also, they start to then compete with the Walmarts and the Costcos, right?
Yeah.
In numbers. Because it's big sales. Cars are big sales numbers.
That's right.
Low margin, but huge numbers.
Good stuff. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens. But you heard it here first. Amazon. All right. Next, there's some pretty interesting stuff. So the Auto Tech Best Cars, Rides, and Auto Tech of CES 2023, which is something about, what's CES again? Like
Consumer Electronic something.
Yeah, fancy technology stuff.
Consumer Electronics Show.
Thank you. That's great. So I'll just kind of hit the high points, but Mercedes-Benz, rival to Tesla's EV charge network. So Mercedes is building active car charging network with over 10,000 active charge points by 2027, which is 1 year after. I think that what will happen is we'll say we're too electric dependent, and then we'll go back to fossil fuels by 2027. You heard that here first, too? No? The German automaker said its North American charge network will offer more than 2,500 chargers at 400 stations just in the United States. So I thought that was really neat. And then the other thing that's kind of creepy is...
That's, first of all, that is so low. 400?
The 2,500?
You're talking about, how many dealers do they have? Like 330 or something?
Oh, probably.
You're talking about one per dealer? The Tesla is so far ahead of everybody in this infrastructure that it's nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. How far ahead?
I think
400 doesn't even, it's not even a pimple on, I mean, it's just not. It's not enough.
Okay.
And the range isn't that. The range on those Benz isn't, it's not twice what somebody else's. It's actually less.
Yeah, I guess I see that. Another interesting thing is the BMW introduced their iVision D, which is pretty crazy. So essentially, everything is they got this crazy new heads-up display. They're replacing a conventional dashboard display with an interface that is projected on the entire windshield, and the driver will be able to pick from 5 different levels of immersion, which essentially means that they can make the background or the foreground look exactly how they want it. And my joke was that they make it look like Mario World, right? So like you got the mushrooms and the things, and someone walks out in front of you and it's really Princess Toadstool or something like that. Like that's pretty fascinating that they're.
I think that would make people want to speed up and.
So I wonder, right? Because then it wouldn't be real.
They think it's a video game, so they think pedestrians are extra points.
15 points, exactly right. So that's pretty awesome. And then the Verge TS Ultra. Kevin will have to put an inlay on this, but it's an electric motorcycle that looks really, really neat. They said it's kind of like ridden straight out of the movie Tron, if you remember that from back in the 80s. But the thing's really cool looking. So I think it, 0 to 60, 2.5 seconds.
I'm not a candidate for that.
No, I don't think you're a motorcycle guy at all. But
what about the Sony car?
Well, let's see if it says that in here anywhere.
Did you see that?
No.
So Sony's kind of was teasing, but they showed the car. They're doing it with somebody. It looks kind of like all those electric cars look.
Yeah. There's a picture of the Ram concept truck in here. It's coming out in 2024. And then LG working on autonomous driving.
How long till you're back in an electric car? You went from electric to combustion?
Gas. Yep. I really like this car. And then
so for everybody, he's driving a midlife crisis, low-end midlife crisis, like a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, it's
like
not
if
over
a
the
red
top.
Corvette convertible was a 10, would that be a 10?
Yeah.
And what was the other one you wanted to get? The Porsche, the chick SUV. If that was like a 1, this is like a 6, the BMW convertible.
Yeah, I really like it. It's been a lot of fun.
More than the Tesla.
Yeah, the Tesla was neat because I'd never experienced it before, but like I really feel like I'm driving a car right now. So I'm having a lot of fun with this thing. I like it a lot, but I'm also just under a year into it, and I get sick of cars after 2 years. So ask me again in 12 months, and I probably will be getting something else.
Does the same thing happen with your love life?
The timing is a little bit different.
3?
Oh.
It's an odd number?
Yeah, no, it's 10.
10?
Yeah. Decade. So I don't know why that is. And also in the news, let's get off of that subject really quickly. The Goodyear's new tire is made from soybean oil, rice husks, and pine resin. Just what everyone would think a tire is made of. Super interesting. But yeah, I think that's kind of cool that they changed that out. So we got no rubber.
Well, also, too, if you get hungry,
you can just eat the tire, right?
Tires.
But essentially, it passed like its first safety test.
Hey, we're going to have a barbecue this weekend in the shop. We're going to recycle all our tires.
And it won't smell as bad.
Yeah. Just cook them up.
But they're Goodyear's goal, 100% sustainable tire by the end of the decade. And this one's a 70% sustainable tire. But how fascinating is that? You can make a tire out of soybean oil. So I thought that was pretty cool. But good stuff. Nice work, Goodyear.
Thanks so much for watching this clip of Service Driving Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.